an extra episode, which means extra content, which means extra me. So that might be a nightmare for some of you. Some of the sun is shining. Are we in the UK? It's a new day. Yes, it is. And if I look outside my window, it's Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, and Big E. But we're not talking about rainbows and unicorns over here. We're about to find out if this woman truly found a match on Match.com that sparked a flame, or is it a match that you just do not take those actions out of context? Is it a match that you just can't spark? There's no fire. We're gonna find out.
Welcome back to another episode of
Hello.
Scamfish presented by socialcatfish.com. On today's episode, we speak to a woman named Luna from Australia who met a man named Dr. George Fuller on the dating app Match.com.
Yeah, great. That looks like if LinkedIn and Facebook logo had a child. It looks like a rebranding of Mothercare in the UK. That's funny. Not Australia. Ooh, we're gonna show out today, aren't we? I say we, I'm not from Australia, but you get my point. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie!
After agreeing to having an open relationship with her husband, who she also met on Match.com, Luna has sent Dr. George around $250,000 in just a few months of knowing him. Today, Luna will open up about her experience with her online romance scam. Real quick, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Your comment and like could help stop someone from being scammed. Let's get into it.
But you already are. My name is Luna. My name is not Luna. However, what in subscriber for more? Subscriber for more. What does that mean? Is that some sort of service that someone offers? Let's say they are a subscriber, but you can hire me to be a subscriber for more. I'll do extra than just watch your videos. Oh, for the right price, I would do it. Oh my, let's not delve into that. Sorry. Look, I know this is an older episode. If you did watch the live stream, they mentioned having a few episodes previously made that they were going to re-edit and boost out. Boost out? What does that mean? But you can tell, the echo in Drew's voiceover. I mean, subscriber for more, apparently. I do want to once again pose the question, and I think I've posed it a few times in some of the Love Don't Judge videos. When you're in an open relationship, what is the benefit? I still don't understand, and I know these reactions get a lot more traction than the Love Don't Judge videos, so hopefully someone will answer. I don't understand. Me personally, I would never get into an open relationship, or I would never suggest one, because I don't know, you just would be single then, no? I don't understand. So let me know if you are in an open relationship. Of course I understand there's security in having a partner, a marriage, and whilst there's also at the same time the freedom in being sexual with other people. But then I also have previously said there can also be sexual freedom within your relationship, even if it's just two of you. And because you can try new things, you can try, obviously, well, I just said it, so what am I on about here? But you can try new things together. I feel like it's more intimate. I've made the example of if you pull out some kink during, for example, meeting someone and, yeah, we're just going to keep it a one-night thing because I'm in an open relationship, and you whip out some kink, you scare them away. I don't know. I'm interested. It's always been a thing that I don't fully understand, but no pun intended, I'm open to learning.
Into it.
My name is Luna. I'm from Sydney, Australia. I have 3 adult kids.
Okay.
I do work as a banker.
Oh, that's interesting.
I've been in banking industry for the past, God knows, 20 years or more. It started when
Stop right there. I don't know who Jessica is. When are we going to FaceTime? It started when my then husband. Wait, so you're not married? then I'm confused, but we'll get into it. What's the likelihood that a banker of 20 plus years is going to fall for the typical shit banking website? Huh? Place your bets in the comments. Bet responsibly. Don't bet at all, actually. Gambling is bad.
And husband doing some FaceTime with his colleague.
So
And
it's
then
not
when
open.
I mentioned it to him, he said, there's no harm in doing it. You
There
can do it
is.
too. Like,
Wait, what?
there's no physical contact. It's just online.
Well, okay, first of all, I don't think this is an actual relationship that is open then. I thought it would have been prefaced many years ago before the marriage. No, this man is cheating. What's just... oh, don't you love it when you catch someone cheating and then they turn around and say, no, open relationship, right? It is cheating. I hope everyone understands watching this that just because there's nothing physical going on, mental emotional cheating is a thing, all right? You wouldn't like it if, for example, your partner spent, the nighttime awake speaking to someone. So, and then for them to have the nerve and say, no, it's just speaking, right? Go to sleep, you donkey. So please recognize that there are multiple forms of cheating. Don't accept it. Don't excuse certain behavior just because nothing physical has happened yet. It's like crimes. If a crime hasn't particularly happened yet, but there are signs, prevention is better than cure. So remember that.
Did not think that he was cheating.
Oh, he was the
by
pig.
doing what he did.
Shut
I
up,
actually
Eric.
found out by accident because I saw it on the laptop.
Okay.
The messages, because it's seen from his phone, and he didn't realize that
Fool.
that I can see it on the laptop. So
when I confronted him, he denied that. Yes, let's deny the fact that my messages are on multiple devices. It's Photoshop, Luna. It's Photoshop. Get a grip of yourself, Eric. That picture looks like stock image, by the way, so I don't actually think that's Eric. But if he genuinely said, you are so pretty, I can't stop thinking about you, and doesn't think that that's cheating. Hello, everyone. Don't look there, look there. Editing H here, sitting in a chair. I'm not wearing a backpack, by the way. It's not a weapon that the TT is working on, I can tell you that much. FBI, genuinely, I can tell you that much. It's not a weapon. I need everyone to, if you are watching this and it's not in the background, right? If you're watching it like full on, the thumbs up that you've seen there is because I use the camera from my phone to film. So that's why. I don't know why Apple does that. We've seen it in the Catfish episodes as well. But unfortunately, on this occasion, I can't edit it out because I'm in the middle of speaking. So, hopefully that makes sense. It's not me adding a thumbs up. I don't know what happened. Oh, I didn't explain what this is. This, can you see? Like, it's a posture corrector thing because I sit down a lot. So, I've become very conscious of me, like, slouching and stuff. And, like, I'm hoping this can help. It's helped slightly the past couple days I've been using it. So Amazon, sponsor me. Yes, the whole of Amazon. Anyway, rambling. I just wanted to interject and say that's what that is, in case someone wonders. Okay, bye. Now back to the video. Then I'm sorry. This is someone you don't want to be with, no matter how long you've been married for, no matter how many children you have to leave. Because, if you lie, then get out of there. But, so this is not an open relationship. I can't remember who mentioned it. Was it Luna who mentioned it, or was it Drew? Regardless, it's not an open relationship. She got cheated on. So...
confronted him, he denied that. He said he was just
mentioned it.
Trying to boost up her confidence.
What?
And I said, that is not your place to do that because that is her husband or her boyfriend's place to boost her confidence. So I feel really betrayed.
Yes.
Yeah. Maybe in a sense that I want to prove to him that I am still attractive.
I'm still able to find someone else. So you're still together? I'm confused. But she said my then husband, so I'm assuming she wants to prove it after they've divorced. I'm assuming they've divorced. I'm assuming they've separated. Because we've actually seen sometimes on these stories where the partner gets cheated on. You know, the victim cheats, but the partner still sticks around for some reason. I don't agree that you should do that. Please have some self-respect and leave. Because if they cheat on you, I'm sorry, I don't think there's much else they wouldn't do. I'm not sure if that's me just being very negative, but anyway, she mentions the husband mentions that he's boosting the colleague's confidence. He is screaming to me as someone who victimizes themselves well and truly, skirts around issues and says, no, look, I'm doing this because of this. You know, he's one of those people that you wouldn't want around you, and especially you wouldn't want to be married to if they are going to be the victim in every situation and gaslight you into thinking that you are in the wrong. I need everyone to understand this, and Luna has mentioned it as well. It's not your place, right? If, for example, I am married and I'm then speaking to one of my colleagues in a way that it goes past colleague talk, isn't it? Listen, boosting the confidence of your colleague is, hey, you did a great job today. Well done. That's about it. Do you know what I mean? There's no need to start acting or adding you are pretty, etc. Get a grip of yourself, Eric.
Able to find someone else. So that was the reason
She is
why I went
attractive.
to Match.com.
Luna and her husband were going through a tough time. They both agreed that it was okay to date online as long as neither of them come in contact with the person they were dating.
So, it is an open relationship then. Well, I'm going like this. It's a roller coaster of openness. The handlebars are not on, I might fly away. So they are still together. I just don't understand, to be honest. Because I understand if this was an open relationship from the beginning. But you caught him cheating and then he suggested it being an open relationship. Come on, Luna, you should have left. Again, I raise the same point. I understand if there is stability in staying with Eric, and obviously I don't agree with it, because even if there is stability, I don't think you should subject your own self-worth to staying with someone like this. But hey, let me know your thoughts in the comments. I am not naive to the fact that some people choose to stay in a relationship or a marriage just because it is the more stable option than to just, discard it and go back to being alone for various reasons, perhaps financial, perhaps, housing wise, they have a stable home in terms of having a roof over their head. So if they were to leave, even because of cheating, it would be a struggle. But I don't know, it's complicated, I guess. But, it's easy for me to just say, leave. But it's difficult. Let me know your thoughts.
That's when Luna logged on to
But I suggest
Match.com,
leaving.
and a man who claimed he was a doctor
He's got to
reached
be
out to
Turkish.
her.
I didn't really browse through it. I was just doing it for fun, and I was approached. Dr. George Mahler contacted me via Match.com. He
Okay.
just introduced himself as a doctor, a
Oh,
neurosurgeon working for MSF, which is Doctors Without Borders in Yemen.
what a great
And
man.
he explained himself to
Is he
be
real?
a widow. His wife died 7 years ago, and he's currently stationed in Sana'a in Yemen.
When he saw my profile, he was intrigued with me. You know what else is intriguing or / concerning? I don't know if you can see in the camera. If I hold it to my chest, maybe you can see it. The amount of hair that I've just shed is concerning. but these videos have stressed me out to the point where I need gift cards sent to me in order to progress with life. So please do so. It's a
You
joke.
saw my profile. He was in.
Sorry, but that picture of Luna there, doesn't it seem as if she is just in the background of an interview with Catfish? Like, it looks like she's about to join a Zoom call and, well, explain how she's got scammed. But in that picture, it looks like that. Have kids? Yes. They live away from home. Relationship divorced. What does this mean then? Are they together or not? Want kids? No. Ethnicity, Chinese heritage, born in Indonesian. Wow. Wink for free. What in the hell does that mean? Is that like Facebook poking? Except I've like spat everywhere for some reason there. I don't know what happened. Clearly the wink has got to me. But wink for free, I'm assuming it's like Facebook where you poke people, which is weird. Why was that ever a thing? I don't know if it still is. But wink for you want me to wink for free? I can just let me move that.
You naughty, naughty. You teasing me, you naughty, naughty.
Probably the most horrific sight you will ever see, but let's continue.
With me, and he would like to have a.
Also, right, I'm not, let's not exactly praise this like, oh my goodness, Luna is an amazing woman for this, but seeking men 50 to 60, you have to give it up solely for the fact that so many victims on this show seem to think that they deserve younger, right? Get a grip of yourself. And I'm not saying you can't go for younger because look, she's 57, she wants 50. But when it's obviously drastic age ranges apart, you need to get a grip of yourself, e.g., Michael with the Asian passion.
He would like to have a real relationship because
Okay.
he hasn't found anyone for the past 7 years. Dr. George Marlowe looks really like a professional doctor.
As opposed to an unprofessional doctor, eh? Yeah, I mean, there is those doctors that do business out of hotel rooms, giving people, illegal BBLs and stuff. Goodness, imagine you rocked up, by the way, to, let's say, a colonoscopy, because we're on the H channel, so naturally I go to a colonoscopy. And the doctor is just sat back, he's got his feet on the table, and he's just, you alright? Can I look inside you today? Doctor, can we have a bit of professionalism, please? Genuinely, though, when I had my surgery on my arm, other areas, to clarify, not my aubergine, I didn't, believe that I could get it enlarged from the adult sides. And that's why my aubergine was not involved. But technically, when I was child, because then snip, right? Do you get it? But the doctors who speak so eloquently, right? And they're so well spoken, they really put you at ease. So I understand when she says professional doctor. I just wanted to make a joke, so laugh with me, please.
A good-looking guy, really
He is.
tall, really kind-looking person. And I thought, okay, as a
Wow.
doctor, he fits all the criteria.
What
he
does
fits
that
all
mean?
It's just very believable that he's a doctor.
Not sure that's that. So if you're short, for example, you're not a doctor. You're not real. Get out of here, according to Luna. If you approached her, she was having surgery, and you're short, she'd probably turn you away and say, sorry, can I not have an apprentice, please? I blanked out again. I also think it's important to mention that, well, it's not as creepy the way she described it. She didn't start listing off things, but she kind of did. So I don't know what I'm talking about, but it's not as creepy as the other victims, you know? If she started mentioning his aubergine, then very concerning. But let me know your thoughts. I don't think it was that bad. You know, kind, tall, good looking. Thank you for not like Shannon. Yeah? Remember Shannon from a couple episodes ago? 2 episodes ago? I can count the moles on his face, and it looks like Mr. George Muller has a mole on his face. And I do too. Oh my god. Do not get me in a room with Shannon, and if somehow I end up in a room with Shannon, call the police. George Muller. Tangent, who likes Muller yogurts? I love them.
I didn't have any suspicion at all when I look at the picture. 3 times a day, he will message me via WhatsApp.
Dr. Muller and Luna began to text every day. Although they never video chatted or talked on the phone, they didn't go a morning or night without texting each other.
Back in my mind, I was like, oh, this email is really, it's like a storybook. I said, oh, you can be a writer.
What the hell did he just say? Sorry, I don't even know where I was looking. I was looking at the subtitles, but let's slowly go back. You are the woman of my dreams. I am slowly starting to fall in love with you. And apparently that means he's going to move on and become a New York Times bestseller. What does that mean, Luna? It's very concerning. And I'm not sure if I've mentioned it before, but maybe in the early episodes, right? Back when I was fresh on the scene, I believe that a lot of these victims, when they are in relationships, I don't think they are shown the love that you would naturally expect from a marriage. Of course, marriages out there come in all forms, very, very bad ones as well. But you expect, right? You just assume that you receive compliments, for example. So it is quite concerning that this message, right? It's not anything crazy. It's not anything out of, what's a book? I don't know, The Lord of the Rings? I don't think anyone ever says that in The Lord of the Rings. Just Gimli to an orc. That would be weird. Yeah, great one. I wish I had the ring so I could put it on and just go invisible sometimes. Because genuinely, I don't know what I'm going on about half the time. But I remembered. It is concerning that such a comment, it's not crazy. It's kind of normal. But I guess everyone's normal is different, right? Not everyone experiences said messages. But this being enough to make her, head over heels, oh, you can be a writer, baby. It's concerning, and I really want to emphasize to everyone, if you are in a relationship, please compliment, please say nice things on a regular basis to your partner. It can go a long way. Even a simple, hey, you look really good today. It can go a long way,
You can be a writer. You write such a good story. Like, it just made me feel like on cloud nine.
I understand it,
Like,
especially if you
basically,
never...
I feel I have all the attention, the love, and probably about less than a month later, he was saying, why are you doubting me? I said, well, I don't know who you are. I said, well,
Okay, fair.
just prove to me that who you really are. So that was when he sent me a snapshot of his passport that showed who he was, like American citizen, date of birth. That was when I said, oh, okay, I'm sorry that I doubted you.
I mean, once again, look, his passport actually expires this year, 2024, in August, 7th of August. If I remember, we'll save a calendar date of this. I probably won't remember. Editing H here. What I actually should remember is how to read, because that clearly was not 2024 as the date of expiration. It was like 2012 or whatever the hell that was there. I can't read it. Either 2022 or 2012. If it was 2012, it's expired. So that means George as a person has expired. So Luna shouldn't have believed it either way. Whatever.
What are you?
An idiot sandwich.
If she was born, I'm not sure if she was born in China or just of Chinese descent, but then she said born in Indonesia. So she would surely, no, you can't really say she would know what a US passport looks like. I guess. I'm assuming she lives in the US.
What?
I don't think we clarified that, but it's concerning once again, and I mentioned it previously, not this episode, the previous episode, that I think even just researching or just the know-how or, we'll say know-how, the know-how of how. What am I on about, man? Please, someone help me. Cue the Michael Jordan meme.
Stop it. Get some help.
I think it's beneficial if everyone just researches how a passport should look, right? Obviously, don't spend hours doing it because get on with your life. But just assume that when someone sends you a passport, which realistically they shouldn't, I don't think you should take it at face value despite there being a massive face in your face. I think it's actually a good thing, even if you don't have a passport, because I know from the comments that a lot of Americans actually don't need a passport to travel within the US, but just get clued up on it, right? It's similar to, you don't know about, I don't know, driving, but you'd understand a little bit about car insurance. Does that make sense? I don't know, but just do your due diligence, and it wouldn't hurt to have, some knowledge about very important documents that people so commonly scam. By the way, if you look in the top left corner, this person's finger, George Muller, has entered the passport, or the passport has entered him. Rule 34, there is corn for everything. Oh, that's grim. That's probably one of the darkest jokes. Someone out there is really putting their passport to good use. Let's just move on.
So, I have been burned before, and
Okay.
I've been hurt by my past relationship, my past marriages, and I build up this wall, and I don't simply just say I love you.
Once again, this is how I like to kid myself that the Catfish team watch all my videos, because I've mentioned previously that we need to have a wall in regards to online dating. Not so much of a wall that you don't let people in, but a little bit of a wall that you don't simply say I love you to anyone like other victims, right? So Luna's actually done well here. Not sure if they got this episode out just because of me saying that, but yes, we can give myself importance. But I genuinely believe it is a good thing to be cautious with everyone, realistically. Even if you do know them for a long time, certain things don't just take at face value and communicate, right? I'm not saying when you see something that you think is wrong, all of a sudden assume 100% it is wrong, because human beings sometimes don't necessarily convey their emotions in a right way. For example, me sometimes, obviously being sarcastic as well, a lot of people don't understand that I'm joking most of the time, but going into, we'll say, more private talk, sometimes I have said things that are not malicious, but they can be misconstrued as malicious depending on the other person's mood at the time, for example. So just communicate, right? If you think something is a bit iffy, say, hey, what did you mean by this? This is how I feel. Would I be correct? Communication's big. But Luna did well here. Have a wall up, but not so much of a wall that you just block everyone out,
And he said, yeah, no wonder you never use the L word. I said, yeah, it's not something that I use easily.
As it should be,
until I
to be
feel more
honest.
comfortable with a person.
Dr.
Okay.
Muller was moving really fast.
Yes.
He was telling Luna he loved her within a week of knowing her. All of the things
Weird.
that he told her
Where's the red
felt
flag?
like it was straight out of a fairy tale storybook.
Yeah, I felt really good. Like I felt love. I felt he said the right thing.
He said the right thing. He said all these beautiful things, all the right things. Yes. But I'm sorry, I do not believe you can love someone in 1 week over the internet, especially never seeing them through a video call. I don't believe it's possible. Let me know your thoughts about that. If it was real life and actually you spent a whole week together, like let's make up a Hallmark film here. You met at work, for example, and the following days or even the whole week you spent together going out, just getting to know each other. I'm not saying you can fall in love, but I'm saying you can know well enough if you want to start something with this person. So, yeah, if someone falls in love with you within a week online and they tell you that, that's a massive red flag. Do not believe.
All the beautiful things, all the right things. And that made me feel so much love.
But I
should
understand.
have listened to my hate
Yes.
instead of my heart.
Yes.
Because at that time they were red flags.
Yes.
A few times I tried to call him and he said, I can't talk to you right now.
Why?
The internet connection is no good.
That makes
At
no
this point,
sense.
Luna was really starting to fall for this man. He told her that he had a house for her in his hometown, Durham, North Carolina. And they
What did you just say? Durham. What we having today, Mum, for dinner? Durham. That was poorly phrased. It should have been, Mum, what we having today? Durham, because he's right in my face. Oh, what the shit? But Durham. I know we're here with H right now, but there's no need for the H in Durham. It's Durham. So, accents and pronunciations are funny, eh? And in before someone comments that one time that I pronounce as pronounce, it's expected from me, all right? Forgive me.
would travel the world together.
The way he painted this picture of the life that we are going to have in Durham, we are going to have 2 houses here
Why?
in Sydney, another one in
Oh, she's in
Durham.
Australia. Why the hell? How can I forget that? I don't know why I said earlier I'm assuming she's in the US. Genuinely, I have issues, and maybe I should never film at 7 in the morning. How about that?
Painted all this future. He was supposed to purchase medical equipments. I helped him because he said he has ISP or internet connection problem in Yemen, so he gave me all
How is he
these
texting?
internet details or internet banking details.
That must be
to
expensive.
make the transfer to these Uzunku medicals in Turkey for the remaining balance that he need to pay.
This is when it all started. Luna went to bncdigitaltruist.com,
What does that
logged
mean?
into Dr. Muller's bank account with the information he sent her, and
Sorry. BNC Digital Truist. I don't know what that means. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be trust or is actually supposed to be truest. What's the truest? This website's not the truest. It's a lie.
This is great banter. It really is.
The banking professional of 20 years has failed us. In the comments, if you left earlier saying she will be fooled, I mean, realistically, she was always going to be fooled if this episode exists. But well done to the banking professional of 20 years. It's very concerning at how many people have, we'll say, important jobs that just don't even understand or are just so easily susceptible to nonsense. It's concerning that these people are in charge of very important things. We've seen, for example, the military intelligence officer who, granted, when she was younger, that was her role. And actually, granted, she was younger, probably, but she said she's been in it for 20 plus years. But the military, for example, that's someone in charge of the military intelligence, by the way. Who knows what kind of secrets were probably sold. And here, you'd think that much years of experience, you'd recognize that this bank just looks weird, doesn't it? What is that logo?
Wire transferred his money from his bank account to begin the payment, starting with a $425,000 wire transfer for the medical supply.
Right, I don't know what medical supply that is, but if it's not gold plated, if it's not, diamond encrusted scalpels, you need to get a grip of yourself, George. You're spending way too much. If I go to the store probably right now, I could buy a scalpel. I couldn't. FBI watching this, I couldn't. Isn't it funny that his picture for his banking account is the same picture as his passport? I think that's a bit weird, to be honest. I didn't even know you could put pictures on banking accounts. I don't have a picture on my banking account. It's probably for the best. They'd probably close my account as soon as they saw me. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Is that a thing in America? You can have pictures as part of your bank accounts? I don't think it is, but...
Starting with a $425,000 wire transfer for the medical supply.
That was when I tried to use his internet banking to make the payment, and it's...
Let me digest this water as I digest the information on the screen. But I don't want to. It's now bloated me. Don't you love it when you can't log into your bank account and they use, what is that, an emoji? Some type of clip art picture from like 2005 or something. No, it belongs on Tumblr, that image. Don't you love it? Well, thanks, bank. Really creating, a personable vibe here. I love it. No, you want professionalism from your bank. Sorry, but if my bank started sending me memes, I can't log in and they send me a meme of, I don't know, the dog surrounded by fire and he's like, this is fine. I'd be concerned.
I was blocked. And then he said, oh, would you be able to help me? I will pay you back. And because I saw his account, which has like over 3.5 million.
Boy, you gushed.
And with the payment of 450,000, he still got 2 million USD. So I did. I helped him with the first pot in Italy.
All right, stop it right there. That might be a red flag. Because I don't think there was a need to mention that you're helping him just because he's got this much money in the bank account. If he had, let's say, $10, would you help him? That's a bit of a red flag. Let me know your thoughts.
That was 92,500 euro. I have to do like 5 payments because it is a multiple of 20,000 every day. And then the second problem was a month later when it's supposed to be another pot in UK. And then the last payment was supposed to be in Port Louisiana, which is currently still being held there in April.
So within the 3 months period, you'd think a banking professional of 20 plus years would recognize that what is being done here is very weird. No, I understand you're in love and you're helping this guy. You've seen the 3+ million in the bank account. You've gushed. Oh, the Luna is to the moon. Luna coin. How did I take that long to make that joke? But we need to understand it's once again concerning that professionals might not be that professional. It's actually concerning. I might close my bank right now.
So within the 3 months period, I helped him with all this money.
Luna started sending the money through wire transfer to Dr. Muller. She wanted to get all of these payments done and over with so she could finally meet this man in person. Her bank account would only allow her to transfer $10,000 at a time. Dr. Muller's problems just never stopped. She sent wire transfer after wire transfer until her bank account was completely drained.
All the transactions that I have gone through was from my savings initially. When I ran out of money in my own saving, I had to sell my shares, my life saving, gone.
I don't listen. Look, that's probably Luna coin right there, just in the toilet. But and also all of Luna's coins are now gone as well. I never will understand how these victims dip into their own savings to fund this person's life. And don't give me the spiel that it's love. I don't think it is, to be honest. Once again, we're trying to essentially buy someone's love just for that hope, right? I've seen the 3+ million. Oh, he's a nice, good-looking doctor with this much in the bank. I need this. No, all right? In a real life situation, you just wouldn't do this. It's concerning at how many people are willing to destroy their own self for love. Please, please. I've mentioned it before. With the ending of a relationship, right? I mentioned grief counseling in regards to people or the victims who lose a loved one. But I actually believe it's not necessary. I don't know if you would call it grief counseling, but I believe that once a long-term marriage ends, or even a long-term relationship in general ends through trauma, such as, cheating, for example, I actually believe you need, well, we'll say grief counseling, but you need counseling to recover mentally from that as well. I genuinely believe that. We see it a lot. People come out of a long-term relationship and they think the best thing to do is, go out and get into another one to just plug the hole, fill the gap in. And she mentioned earlier as well, I remember, that she was trying to prove that she's still attractive to the husband. I must make this perfectly clear that once someone cheats on you, I don't think they give a shit about you, all right? I don't think you trying to show off that you're with someone else, that you're still attractive, I don't think they care. And if they do care, they have serious problems, because why cheat in the first place? So please, if you are going to get into a relationship after a long-term relationship ending, please take time for yourself and mentally gather your thoughts, mentally come back to a stage where you truly want a relationship just because, well, for you, right? Not because of someone else, not to prove something, not to just plug a hole because you feel sad. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. Please, please. I've pressed the button, it actually didn't play. So, funny.
Didn't ask.
Those were my life savings. I was even going to sell my Rolex watch at one stage.
I'll
I
take
can
it.
only get less than half I pay for, so
Please.
So I didn't sell that. But I lost all my entire savings.
But I didn't lose the Rolex, though. Yes. That's great. I lost my life savings, but I still have my watch. Eh? I don't know why I stuttered that. My, indeed.
I'm not used to not having money. Dr. George Miller
you
was
did
supposed
it.
to come here on April the 29th, 2022. Of course, he never arrived.
Yeah.
Because he said he got
Oh.
detained in Qatar.
Always in
Doha.
prison.
And I feel really scared of my safety, because he has my address, because he was supposed to come here. In the end, I told my husband to move back just for security reason, because I'm living on my own. And my husband encouraged me to go on the online dating. That drove me to this person. And then when he moved out, I felt the loneliness and I need someone to talk to.
Go fast, don't die. That's great advice, isn't it? Great advice. That's what you want to hear, don't you? Don't know what that hat is supposed to be. But I'm so confused by this marriage, this relationship of Luna's. I don't know. Are they married? She said she's divorced on her Match.com profile. I mean, if it said married and you are on Match.com, that's probably another concerning red flag. But I'm confused. She then told him move in. Willingly, he moved in. He's the one that suggested her to go online dating. I don't have a clue. I don't have a Scooby, all right? If Scooby-Doo was right here, whoa, what's going on? I don't know what's going on, Scooby. Sorry. Scrappy, put your fists down. I don't know what happened there, to be honest, but I don't know what's happening in general. Let me know your thoughts. Someone explain this story to me, because I'm confused on what kind of relationship this actually is.
So if he didn't say that I never done this, definitely he pushed me towards this. That's why when he moved out, he didn't have any money to live on. He was broke. Like he's always broke. His account are always like nearly zero. He doesn't have any money. No one in my family,
What is going
not
on?
my husband, not my children, not my best friend, no one knows what I have gone through.
I hope that's, well, I don't hope it, because that would be concerning as well. But if the scammer has told you to cut people off, don't do that. Mentioned before, please don't do that. Keep your circle around you. But you yourself, if you have chosen to not tell anyone, I also think that is a red flag on your part, because it kind of, it shows that you know what you're doing is not right and you're afraid of what other people will say. E.g. me, you are a fool. Please, if you're going to do something, an online date, for example, if you're going to give your address to people you've never seen, right? Please let others know, because just for safety, right? Please. It's similar to sharing your location with your friends if you've got an iPhone, right? Do that as well with online dating. You're going to meet someone, or you potentially will meet someone. Let people know. Goodness gracious me. And also, the husband having no money and cheating. I'm sorry, but you are a fool. Not only for the fact that you're cheating, you're scum of the earth, but you also don't have anything to fall back on, and you're risking your marriage. Subsequently, he said, no, it's an open marriage, right? Open relationship. Well, you got fisted in the ass. How about that by your colleague? But hey, boost the confidence, eh? I must stress, don't cheat, right? But the bastards who are going to cheat, can we have some logic? And, don't be, in a situation where if I cheat, I'm probably now gonna lose literally everything. And also, I must stress this. I think we've seen it in another episode as well. If your partner is the breadwinner and you cheat, my goodness, you have serious issues. You love life on the edge, don't you? Get a grip of yourself. And I can't, we made some jokes here, but I can't stress enough how much I hate cheaters. You need to get a grip of yourself. I don't care if you just speak to someone and you think it's not cheating. If you're calling them pretty, etc., you're cheating, you pig.
I'm just too embarrassed to
Look,
talk to
well,
my
there you go.
family or my friends. I just can't believe that I lost all this money. 275,000 Australian dollars.
I mean, that's...
American would be $250,000. It's a lot of money to lose. And I worked hard for that. And I keep on thinking, how did it happen?
You worked hard for it. Why am I so stupid? Oh, well, thank you for asking yourself that question. You could have asked that question before you sent any amount of money. You're seeing the numbers on the screen and like, do you want to confirm this transaction? You're saying to yourself, wow, why am I so stupid? Throw the phone away. I really despise how, obviously they've worked hard for their money. Kudos. Amazing. I wish I could be in such a position financially at, one day. But I hate the fact that they just so quickly to throw it away. These type of victims, right? I'm sorry, they got too much money. You can call me salty or whatever, but there's so many people, and I'm not trying to do oppression Olympics here, right? I'm not trying to use it as some sort of, I don't know what the word is, but some sort of sob story. But when I was homeless, no one helped us, right? Look at how many people in this world are struggling, homeless. Maybe they can't afford food, etc., etc. But then there's these people. Yeah, $250,000 in the bank. I'm just gonna give it to this random person who I've never literally seen. Call me harsh, call me salty. Sure, I'm salty that people with clearly lacking in brain cells have so much money. Yes.
Why am I so stupid? And I'm beating myself up, and I couldn't concentrate at work.
Oh,
I
you're
just
still
want
working
to
as well,
find out
in the bank
who they
probably.
are, but I believe they are Nigerian. I just need confirmation or closure.
We took a
That's
look
it.
at all the information Luna sent
You don't want
us.
money back?
The first thing we did was check out the website that supposedly had millions of dollars in it.
Supposedly, Drew. Just thought I'd point that out.
Ooh, you're hard showing off.
Ha! Look at me, correcting people on how to speak. Do you know? It's irony. That's what it is. It was a joke. That means, technically. Drew, just say things however you want, man. I don't really care, to be honest. At the end of the day, it's YouTube, not a master's degree, is it?
We got the login to the bank account and began investigating. We weren't able to log into the account at first. We received the same message that Luna received when Dr. George claimed the account was locked.
No one can log in.
We did a little clicking around and we were able to get into the account. This banking site was really glitchy. The website showed that the money was in the account, but after looking at the spelling errors and all of the unclickable buttons on the site, and I could even pull out a $10 billion loan under Dr. Muller's account.
I need this bank. I need this bank. Let me take out this loan. Granted, you ain't seen a penny of it ever again. I am not repaying 10 billion. I would love to even just experience this. Let me do it. Let me do it.
What do you mean by that?
Get me on the, what is this called? BNCI. That's a spin-off of CSI, apparently. Just shut up.
We knew this bank was fake. We decided to check the Who Is history. We found that the site was just created last year. It was obvious that whoever created this site just wanted Luna to feel comfortable with lending Dr. Muller money. Next, we ran a reverse image search on the photos. We were able to find the real man in minutes.
Is he Turkish?
Hold on though, guys. We have a quick message from our sponsor. If you're looking to find the identity of your online lover, you can start with the tools on our site, socialcatfish.com. You can click this YouTube card or click the link in our bio. Just hitting like, comment, and subscribe helps us build more tools out for you to use in the future. It was time to sit down with Luna and tell her what we had found.
Wearing the same clothes.
So, has anything changed since?
Hold on a second. Obviously, this episode is many years older now. Bree has just come back from obviously tanning on the sun. She was on the sun, right? Tanning, catching fires, clearly. Goodness. It was actually not worth, in the end, pausing. But look how tan she is. You go, girl.
First interview. Does your husband know anything about this whole thing?
So they are together.
I have not spoken to him in regards to this. I went and saw my psychiatrist, psychologist on Monday, as well as my doctor on Monday, and we agree that he doesn't need to know because I'm going away anyway, so it's no point like letting him know now, and then who knows what will happen while I'm away. I will be away for at least 12 weeks, so I will be in the States from the July the 1st to September the 23rd. So, I don't want to rock the boat by telling him right now. So I'm not ready to open up to my husband nor my children.
Are you
serious right now? I understand the husband, but the children? I don't know, man. Surely, I don't have children, but if I was in this position somehow, I'd like to think I would tell my children at least, just so that they know. Be honest, be open with your children. But let me know your thoughts. If anyone has a children, would you tell your child such things? Obviously, there's the case of parents withholding information just for the safety of the child, perhaps, just for their own mental clarity. Don't worry about your mother, right? So I understand that, but I don't know. But it's good to know that she does see a psychologist. It's good to know that she is seeking professional support. But I also want to mention that she's made no effort to say, oh, I want my money back. And looking at the way the jewelry, the way she's so smartly dressed, bro, she must be caking, right? Luna, if you're watching this somehow, and I say that knowing actually some of the victims do end up watching these, hey, I'd like a Rolex. I'd like $500,000. $250,000, sorry. Semantics, right? $500,000, $250,000. Even if you just give me 100K, that would be greatly appreciated. To the moon! Editing H once again. The hair is coming unloose.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Oh my goodness, this is Editing H replying to Editing H. It's Inception, Doctor Strange. Come out, we've got the real multiverse here, Marvel. I just said come unloose. That doesn't even make sense. Because that's just how things work around here. That's how things work around here, boy. Yeah, I'm a cowboy. Anyway, I also want to, I've noticed that she says she doesn't want to open up to her best friend, husband, kids. Instead, I'm going to go onto YouTube for the world to see. Doesn't make sense, does it? But sure, I guess there is some sort of safety in the fact that strangers know my story instead of the people around me. But I always find it funny when people say, if you've ever watched Embarrassing Bodies, right? How is it embarrassing? You're showing your aubergine, all types of things on it, on TV. Anyway, back to the video. So much aubergines.
concerned with him finding out that you were in a relationship, or the money that was lost?
Yes, correct. That was another reason why he moved back, because I need assistance in regards to paying off my mortgages.
I thought he was broke.
So this is not my only properties. I have other investment properties. Whereby he was occupying when we were separated, when I asked him to move out.
I'm so confused by this relationship.
Yes, so I need the extra income to...
I can't stress enough how confused I am by their dynamic. They're together, they're not together. She asked him to move out, but in doing so, he moved to one of the properties that she owns. I would have told him, sling your hook, you can find your own home to live in, mate. But hey, that's just me. If I obviously caught cheating. I'm confused by their dynamic. What does that mean? Dynamic. Trying to think of a joke. There isn't one. Sometimes, shut the hell up, H. Let me know your thoughts. Can someone explain their dynamic, please?
Service, especially the interest rate have increased recently.
No idea what that means.
a few weeks. It has
Homing.
increased
Homing.
a couple of times. So yes, I am currently don't have that reserve anymore. I used to have
Yes, because you
emergency
spunked it,
fund
mate.
of a huge reserve, but they are all gone. Of course, he doesn't know that, so I don't want him to, ask questions and all that. And I'm going to
But
be
it's
away.
your money, right?
Just don't want to rock the boat.
A lot of scams stem from the situations or the relationships that people are in or came from.
All these years, I have been the how should I put it? I
Breadwinner?
suppose like
Yep.
breadwinner, because my husband never had any money left.
And he
Every
cheated.
payday,
What a
he
fool.
will give 3/4 of his pay towards our household expenses, and then he will spend whatever left in his account. So he
so
has
he had
never
money.
ever had savings. So all these years, for the past 10 years, I have been the one that has been managing our finances, and he doesn't know that I also accumulated some savings throughout these 10 years. And even when I was in a relationship or online relationship with Dr. George, in
When you
regards to
wasn't.
my trip
We
to
just cut
US,
that bit out.
that
What
was
happened?
another reason why I'm going to the US. Is firstly, I want to do something for myself, and
Okay,
I
that's
want to
good.
get away from my current
That is good.
environment or situation. My doctor and my psychologist did think that it is a good move.
I agree with them. And I think if you two are in a position, not to ban you two, but you watching, if you are in a position where, obviously not this extent, hopefully you are not in this position, but if you are in a position where mentally you feel like, going on a holiday, for example, will help immensely, I've spat again, then please do take that advantage. Take it now, right? Obviously, circumstances willing. I know some people, perhaps, they're taking care of someone, so they can't just up and leave. But if you are in a position to do so whilst you still can, because you don't.
Police! Police! Help!
Okay, so if you're wondering what the hell just happened there, that wasn't just another regular malfunction. My laptop actually ran out of charge, and like a fool, I should have plugged it in before. But I'm so thankful, by the way, to OBS that it saved the recording, because I looked and it's an hour of me. An hour. And it would have been gone. So OBS, thank you so much. Sponsor me, right? Gosh. Anyway, by the way, an hour of me. I love to turn these into podcasts, but people, for the most part, enjoy it. And if you are someone who doesn't, then, well, one, you wouldn't probably be this far into this. But if somehow you are and you still, don't like me, you need serious help. Get a grip of yourself. It's a commentary channel. Shush. But my point being from before, that if you are in a position to take a vacation or just do anything in general, right, that will help you with your mental health, get it started right away, because life can throw you a curveball and then you're just not able to do it anymore. And I mentioned, if you are in a position where you're taking care of someone, for example, even working around that, if you can find something perhaps that even the both of you can do together that will help you mentally, I suggest doing it whilst they are also still here with us, right? So yeah, hopefully that makes sense. Whilst you can do something, do it. Motivational advice as well, I have.
You sent, I think, about $200,000 worth of wire transfers to George to a Turkish bank account. So we called the headquarters of the Turkish bank, and the customer service was terrible. I asked them if they had a fraud department for their bank, right? Because all banks should have a fraud department, and they completely avoided the question. We checked out the bank's reviews. We saw a lot of odd reviews. I think you should probably just take a look at them and you'll see what I'm talking about.
So the next thing we want to talk about, Luna,
big up
is
the Turks, eh?
Dr. George. So you had come to Social Catfish and you ran Dr. George's images through your account. And what had happened was you had found out who the real person was in the image.
Wait, so she did it?
That real person is Dr. Parker. So what we had done is we had reached out to Dr. Parker through Instagram, and he actually got back to us with a statement. So what he had said was, it happens all of the time. Probably hundreds of women have contacted me saying someone is using my photos. I've tried to report as many as I can, but most of the time they're not taken down. There is no way I can control it.
There isn't.
How do you feel about online dating?
Definitely, I'm not going to do that anymore.
Probably for the
I
best.
did not want to go on in the first place. I did it just out of spite.
Yeah,
and,
you see.
I wouldn't never want to go back again. Never.
As I mentioned before, if you are going to go into another relationship after a long-term relationship ending traumatically, no doubt, of course, don't do it out of spite. Do it once you are mentally ready to actually have a relationship. Out of spite, look, revenge is a dish best served cold. And by that, I mean, put it back in the fridge, leave it alone.
I don't believe in that anymore.
In what?
Yeah. However, on the flip side, I met my current husband actually on Match.com 10 years ago.
Well,
Wow.
he pushed
A
you
lot of
to actually be
things must
scammed,
have
so...
changed. I believe there was no verification of the profile created now.
So,
That was my downfall,
Yeah, I was
my
gonna say.
own fault. 10 years ago, it wasn't like that. That's why I would not ever go back to do anything online, not even just other sites. No way. I don't believe in that anymore. Never ever will do that again.
I need to mention that, obviously, with how she's so well presented here, right? Surely, I'm telling you, if she was to go into a bar or something, she would garner some attention, right? So I've never really understood. I know it's easier, and a lot of people in the comments as well have had, good experiences with online dating, but I just believe in person's always better, right? You have a good time wherever you are, and then you can meet someone who obviously, for straight away, you just have similar interests because you're both in the same place. So, especially her, she seems like such well presented. Like, I'm telling you, she go to like, I don't know, a Rolex shop and meet someone there, I guess. But yeah, that's just my thoughts. And I know there's a lot of people who have had good experiences. So I don't want to say never go and do online dating. And I especially hate when someone who comes out of a long-term relationship or someone who loses a partner through, they pass away. I never understand recommending them straight away go on to online dating. But once you're ready and you've had the proper time to grieve, then I understand going on to online dating sites. But of course, exercising heavy caution.
It's just not worth the emotional. I'm just not in the right headspace after that. So no, never. I would never ever go back.
But I understand
anything
her
online.
reasoning.
The reason for me sharing these stories to help other people who might go through the same
They've got
experience.
worse though, actually, Luna.
Also maybe prevent future people from being scammed.
Well, if you can...
Unfortunately, there are evil people in the world.
Yes.
I'm just trying to do the good things. So hopefully something will come back, good deeds come back to me. Who knows?
We
Hopefully.
appreciate your time, Luna, and we thank you again for, taking the time, sharing your story, and being brave and opening up about, what has happened to you.
Yeah, thank you. It hasn't been easy. Mentally, I'm still trying to get over this.
Of course.
But I just have to be thankful and grateful that at least I did not lose all my whatever I have.
Yeah,
I
too
still
much
got
money.
something at least to fall back on.
So much money. Luna has moved on from George. She's using the plane ticket that she originally bought him to go on vacation to California. Well, shame, George. Have that.
Thanks for watching another episode of Scamfish presented by socialcatfish.com. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Subscriber.
See you next time.
Subscriber for more. Subscriber to this channel as well, please.
Scams come in so many different forms. If you have been a victim of any of these scams,
As always, if you've been a victim of any of these, please seek the necessary support. I do miss this woman, but also David said that she's like kind of retired from the YouTube scene, but she had such a soothing voice. Anyways, the main take point from this is, one, I don't understand relationships, and quite evidently I don't understand Luna's, everything about it. Together, not together, move in with me again. Do you know that my head hurt more than usual trying to understand the actual victim's relationship than the story that the scammer was trying to, conjure up. Expelliarmus, disappear, George. But the main take point, please, even if a relationship is just naturally ending, and nothing is natural about cheating, but hopefully it makes sense in terms of naturally ending, as in two people going their separate ways. You haven't lost a loved one, to a passing. Grieve it, right? And especially don't do things in spite or to spite someone. It just never works. They're living in your head rent-free, and clearly you were getting into a relationship for all the wrong reasons. So imagine this was real, and you would now be in this relationship, and it started out of spite. I'm sorry, but if my partner told me that, I'd feel a type of way, because now I'd question, are you actually, in love with me, or you're just here to revenge your ex? So please take time to grieve, no matter what. Doesn't have to be a passing. I think grieving is important for a lot of things. And obviously, please don't set yourself on fire to keep other people warm. I know you might be in love, but the love isn't that strong as a fire. Match.com, don't set yourself on fire. It's incredible. We've ended with wordplay. Take care of yourselves, please. I'll see you Wednesday for another video. This is being recorded Sunday morning. You will see this tomorrow, which is the Monday. That's how it works. So you'll be seeing more of me because they're doing extra episodes. Take care of yourselves. Much love and peace. And as always, the playlist is up here if you want to watch more. Bye.